what are your views? At least, if you look at newer sectors, applying some parallel learnings, again, agriculture has everything. There's deep technology research, there's B2B, there's B2C, there's supply chain. I mean, it's like a mini economy in itself, right? It's a completely different, it has consumers, suppliers. What are some business models, again, which have either globally or both domestically, and what parallels can you draw from other industries? I mean, every industry has a parallel of agri-tech. You have meat, etc. It has a full backbone of agri. You have food, etc. Right from big basket now also trying to now buy directly, from mandis, etc. and doing private label, etc. Every, all grocery businesses have a agri backbone. So what are some of, I mean, let's talk about direct to consumer brands. Let's talk about organic, etc. Do you, what sort of other opportunities do you see which young entrepreneurs, founders should be pushing on right now?
And that's a great question, actually, and I did want to bring out, the vantage point that we have on this particular sector. As you rightly pointed out, see, we are more of growth investors, and agri-tech is, one of the segments that we focus on, and we do end up comparing various business models within agri-tech as well as agri-tech to other sectors. So there is definitely, views built around the question that you just asked. And surprisingly, what we have noticed, there is a lot more similar to many other sectors and how they have evolved, then there are dissimilarities. So every segment, obviously, as every country has their unique problems, every segment also deals with its unique problems. But interestingly, we see a similarish trend. So again, sitting at a growth stage, first of all, we look at businesses that bubble up right through the early stage funding ecosystem, and hence have a view on what is scaling first. And the interesting observation over there is it's not unlike for example, what we saw in typical e-commerce. So it seems that there is this first layer of businesses getting built. And loosely let me call that horizontals, right? Because there is so much of low hanging fruit to capture over here, and such basic problems, especially around access. You talk about imports, you talk about market linkages, you talk about precision agriculture where Cropin operates. There is so much to be captured at an early stage to build a wider business, and these are the ones that we have seen scale. So we ourselves, for example, are investors in AgroStars, right, which works in the input side of things, and it is akin to a typical horizontal play in that segment, right? Similarly, if you see at the output side, obviously output is much larger, much more diverse, given the variety of outputs and different supply chains that you're dealing with. But if you look at fruits and vegetables, you would see players like Ninja Cart. You see other commodities product. There are other players trying to capture that share. I believe Dehat also has a role to play over there. And if you look at this segment, I think these are the ones who have scaled first, trying to capture that solving the problem of access and being horizontal, right? Next, already I think what is bursting on the scene is the premiumization and the verticalization in the segment. Again, we have an investment over there in the form of Licious, right? Which is direct to consumer meat brand. And I think this trend will also follow. So more with the output guys having a control over the entire supply chain, like we do in Licious. There is a greater scope of controlling the quality of the product, and hence introducing either playing on the premium or mass premium side, or creating a brand out of it. And we see there will be a role to play over that. We wouldn't be surprised to see if there are large outcomes dealing in just one or two crops, right? So we have already seen startups who just deal, for example, in mangoes or just pomegranates, right? Because the export market is huge over there. So I think this will be the second trend that follows. And thirdly, when a lot of this innovation happens, and money is flowing into the segment, the ecosystem is developing, there is sharper innovation that ends up happening. As Shubhadeep mentioned, right, on hydroponics, for example. See, right now on the technology scale where we sit, she rightly mentioned, right now the cost benefit does not match. Probably it may work out for a crop or two, but again, over time, I'm sure enterprising founders will definitely find a way to build businesses around it. So full stack models, farming may emerge. So we see a lot of similarity on how some of the other sectors got built, and hence are extremely bullish on the number of large outcomes that can be built in this space.